Donkey Kong is going beast mode on the Nintendo Switch 2, and I recreated him from scratch in a sandbox game that's almost 13 years old. This is Kong Bananza in Scribblenauts Unlimited, and yes, he throws rocks, and he's gonna punch monsters! Stick around! Just a few seconds, I'm gonna show you how to build him yourself, because yes, hello again, everybody! This is Dr. Kendo, and we've got a Wendigo as our source object here in the Scribblenauts Unlimited object editor. Yes, the name of the game is Scribblenauts Unlimited, the object editor. It sounds exactly like what it is. You can make your own objects or characters, and so we got a Mothman, like the torso, the chest, and everything right there, going over the torso and chest of our Donkey Kong Wendigo right now. Dragon fruit is going to be used so much. That's going to be for Kong Bananza, this transformation of DK, of course, from Donkey Kong Bananza. He's very hairy, you know, like I feel like this is a very good shape, a very good stamp, they call it in Scribblenauts. Each one of these little things that we're doing, like placing down webbed feet was one of them. We also have the tie right there, T-I-E. And so like we're going to take the back arm of a tap dancer, for instance. That's going to be this big toe right here on this side. Each one of those components is a stamp. You do actually have a limit. Pom-pom going down right now for some more hair right there. And Bigfoot, take that hand slash, it's like forearm and hand, but really you're going to hide the forearm behind our DK dragon fruit forearms right now, this Kong Bananza. And so what else are we going to get? Like this is one thing, the tail of a black mamba can be the banana, like, you know how in the Kong Bananza transformation, DK gets these, I guess like bracelets and things. It's all up in his hair and whatnot. You guys have seen it, right? So yeah, that's the black mamba. But like I was trying to say, we have the arm, it's to our right, but it's essentially Kong Bananza's left arm right now. We've had it all just sort of out, hanging off, you could say. And that's just because it's like really hard to operate and put the stamps in the right place for the arm that's in the back. You know, these characters aren't just facing us. They're like sort of at a quarter turn angle. Not quite 90 degrees fully, more like 45 degrees. But yes, we're going to name it Kong Bananza. And let's go ahead and get into where we can edit some properties right here. It's just where you give it like the health and you can make it sound like something and do little scripts like programming and stuff like that. But this is where I like to read background information and fun facts for this series. So let's do this. As DK explores the underground world, he's joined by a young Pauline who can enhance his destructive ability and even make him temporarily transform through the power of her singing. Listen, music is powerful, you guys. Collecting gold builds up their banana energy, which allows Pauline's singing to activate the transformations, each with its own specialties, like Kong Bananza. That makes Donkey Kong super strong. So that's obviously what we've made now in Scribblenauts Unlimited, you guys. Right here, right now, today. This is part of the scripting. Like, you can script and also do behaviors. Those two things in conjunction can kind of do a lot of that more programming side of things, if you want to call it that, kind of loosely. But essentially, we did when this object sees an object, and I'm actually gonna, I canceled what I was doing, but then do wait a set time. So it's gonna wait about 60 frames, and then we're gonna do throw an object at the target, and we'll do medium for medium speed. But here's the behavior. Check this out. We'll do add a new behavior, then do use. And so we want our Kong Bananza essentially to go over to rocks or stones and use them, meaning it'll pick them up. And so yeah, I guess it should be when this object equips an object. Should I have done that? We'll have to see how this works. But all right, yeah, we got the D and the K right there on the tie. And you guys, you might be like, wait, how he doesn't have a head? Well, you know something, my parents always taught me that you kind of do need a head in life. So here we go. We typed in head and we're gonna start making this. So in Scribblenauts Unlimited, you may have seen it, but you may have not. And especially if you've seen past videos of mine, this game, even though it's called Scribblenauts Unlimited, it's actually limited. Isn't that nuts? Each one of these little stamps that we're making for our character, they each take up space. Like you have a limited amount of stamp space. Yeah, there's only a finite amount of those resources, so you gotta use them wisely. And one way we can do that is actually making the head separate from the body for more details, because how in the world were we gonna put the head onto our character right now? But yeah, kind of the main thing about this is like we covered up that source object of the head with really three main things. Was like the dragon fruit for the hair and the main like shape of the head on the upper part, but then the lower part where DK's mouth is and the muzzle and all that stuff, the nose, that's all. It's very hard to find a stamp, I feel, that does this in Scribblenauts, but I usually go with a rabbit and we take the body of the rabbit. I'm gonna try something right here, grills, G-R-I-L-L-Z. We're gonna see if these teeth, grills and stuff, it's not looking good right now. We'll see. I might have to take one layer of them out. So yeah, you guys will check that out in a second. I'm gonna use is the jellyfish, though, this like tentacle piece for the remaining part of the mouth. So we want it essentially to look like, yeah, his lips are closed, but we want to show some teeth there kind of on the edge. Here it goes. Stamp limit reached. You guys, delete stamps in use to make room for new ones. But listen, we don't really want to delete anything. We've got mostly what we need, except for we don't have bananas in the head. We are probably going to have to make some adjustments and add those things. But we called it DK Banhead. I guess it should have been Kong Banhead, maybe. I don't know. We just want to shorten it instead of trying to type like Kong Bananza head every single time, you know? This is really the important part, though, in the properties editor for your head object. Go down to the equipment tab. Can be worn on the face like glasses. That's this third down circle on that bottom half. You want to make sure that that circle is filled in. See, look at this. Now I got it. So, like I say, and like the scripting says, it's going to look really weird right here, but it is being worn on the face like it was glasses, but that is still kind of arranged how the Wendigo head is, right? And so what we need to do is go back to our body because this all looked really bad, right? The head was not attached at all. And so click this button. It's got Maxwell's head and stuff, dotted lines. It makes these little like green grids where the head is supposed to go. That's for all your joints and all your moving parts of the object. You know, that's for where you can place things, right? Like feet, where the feet are supposed to go. So then you just essentially move the head grid all around. And so yeah, he's trying to use this boulder. I thought it was gonna work, but yeah, that definitely did not. Why? Oh shoot. Hold on, you guys. I don't know what the heck is actually going on right here. Why this no work? Oh, a Wendigo can't hold on to a rock? I put that it can pick things up. What am I doing wrong here? Here, let me, it might need to be bigger so we can make a large rock right there. Oh my God, okay. What? Are you guys seeing this? So he picks it up like on his shoulder, I guess. All right, well, hey, look at that. Boom! Just completely clapped that Wendigo. Are you kidding me? Man, straight disrespect with this boulder. It all happened way too fast. Here, a rock and then... No! Look, he threw that all the way out here. Oh my gosh. Well, it works really good, I guess. DK, Donkey Kong, you guys. Kong Bananza. Look at that. I said he went beast mode. All right, hold on. Let's get another... This is the source object for Wendigo, so what may actually fix it is if you use monster as the source object. A Wendigo and a monster in this game. Holy, that was so epic. Are you kidding me? Kong Bananza, you're going crazy. You guys can also add an adjective, like if you click on the body and just do big, let's say, it'll also make the head big with it as well. So you could do something like that, just if you want to make him look more giant. But look at that. This is the reason I'm keeping him this size, because you could see me just hanging out on the back. You can ride it. Boom! That's how the rock should work, right? But yeah, the monster in this game, if you typed in monster as your source object, you just need to remove the tail. Okay. My character's flying, so we can fly with it, but look at what happens to the head. Oh my gosh. So yeah, there's gonna be a few issues. Yeah, sorry about that. Maybe it gets fixed with the monster a little bit. It might just be where the Wendigo's head positioning is. I don't know, you guys. Scribblenauts is full of stuff like that. But just in case you notice, yes, we did add on the bananas in Kong Bananza's hair right here, essentially. It's like the headdress, right? So we just essentially used a caudipteryx. The spelling will be on screen. Take the arm of that, color it up like this as it should be, and then you can add one more like a tap dancer's back arm, just like we did for the toe or something. Just use basically most human or humanoids. You could take their arm pieces and make that another banana there to the side. But listen, we didn't have stamp space. Otherwise, it would be nice to include, you know, nostrils for the nose, just some other details that we couldn't do. We took away 2 of the grills to open up space to actually make the bananas for that headpiece. But you guys, please tell me if you enjoyed this. Smash that like button with your Kong Bananza power. Click an end screen on screen to see another one. And of course, thanks for viewing.
I've been down the road of twists and turns, always